Okay, so for the very last subtopic in chapter 4 is subtopic 4.4, which is about reaction in organic compound. Okay, so before we want to go further in learning about reaction in organic compound, what you need to know first is about the types of covalent bond cleavage or fission. So basically, every chemical reactions dia akan involve in the bond breaking, bond formation bila dia nak buat new bond, okay? Tapi bila you nak break the chemical bonds between two atoms, it is called as fission. Okay, peleraian. Contohnya lah, let's say you nak leraikan this single covalent bond between atom A dan B. So, bila you nak break the bond, itulah kita panggil dia sebagai bond fission, covalent bond fission ataupun covalent bond cleavage. Cleavage tu maksudnya kita buat belahan. Okay? Cleavage ni ialah belahan. So, there are two types of the covalent bond cleavage or fission that is known as homolytic cleavage and heterolytic cleavage. Okay, the first type of bond fission adalah homolytic cleavage that is also known as homolysis. So basically, kalau let's say you ada dua atoms A dan B, di mana dia ada covalent bond kat situ, covalent bond, single bond. You know that in covalent single bond ada dua electrons. Okay, so apa yang berlaku bila dia nak break the bond, kalau melalui homolytic cleavage ni, apa yang berlaku ialah the two electrons will be splitted equally between the two atoms joined by the bond. Okay, for example, as you can see here, kita ada dua atom A dan B, and this is the symbolic untuk single covalent bond, di mana dua titik bertindih ni macam nak bagi tahu this is a single covalent bond and ada dua elektron kat situ. So when you want to do a homolytic cleavage, bila you nak break the bond between A dan B secara homolytic, okay, what will happen ialah each of these electron akan pergi kepada each of the atoms here. Okay, so satu elektron pergi pada atom B, satu elektron pergi pada atom A, and then bila you nak show kalau let's say bond tu dia tengah break melalui homolytic cleavage, you need to use a single head arrow, okay, ataupun dikenali sebagai half-headed arrow. Apa tu half-headed arrow? Arrow yang di mana kepala dia tu separuh. Okay, I know that arrow biasanya you akan letak kepala dia ada dua macam ni kan. Tapi kalau homolytic cleavage, it must be a half-headed arrow. Arrow yang separuh macam ni, okay. Is very important because it shows that yang satu sahaja elektron yang didonatkan kepada atom tersebut. Okay, so bila dia dah break the bond secara homolytically, apa yang dia punya produk dia adalah free radicals. Apa tu free radicals? Free radicals adalah spesies yang ada one electron ataupun spesies yang ada unpaired electron. Itulah nama dia free radicals. Okay, sebab each of the atoms now bila dia dah break the bond secara homolytic, each of them will get one electron. Itulah namanya free radicals. Okay, so free radicals ni adalah reaction intermediates. Apa tu reaction intermediates? Reaction intermediates ni macam produk yang terhasil daripada homolytic cleavage ni. Okay, so reaction intermediates nanti you akan belajar later, ada few of them, tapi for this one you just need to know produk untuk homolytic cleavage, dia punya reaction intermediate dia. Okay, reaction intermediate yang terhasil daripada homolytic cleavage adalah free radicals. Free radicals pula ialah spesies yang di mana dia ada satu sahaja elektron, dia punya elektron is unpaired. Okay, alright, so let's look at some of the examples for homolytic cleavage. So bila you nak buat homolytic cleavage, bila you nak show you boleh break the bond homolytically, you kena show dia by using a half-headed arrow. Okay, half-headed arrow tu ialah arrow yang ada separuh saja kepala, untuk show yang satu saja elektron ditransfer kepada atom tersebut. For example, as you can see here, kalau you nak buat homolytic cleavage of Cl2, kalau you draw dia punya Lewis structure, you will find out dia ada single covalent bond here. So bila you nak buat homolytic cleavage of Cl2, you have to make sure you kena buat half-headed arrow starting from the bond. Okay, sangat penting tau, you kena show arrow ni starting from the bond. Sebab kenapa? Because dekat bond tu dia adalah source of electron. Okay, you janganlah buat dekat angin, you kena buat dekat bond ni. And then yang hujung sekali ni, yang half-headed arrow ni adalah nak show yang dia this atom terima satu saja elektron from this single covalent bond. Okay, same goes to this one. Okay, this atom dia dah dapat satu elektron from this single covalent bond. Okay, so you need to make sure bila you nak draw arrow dekat organic compound ni kan, bila reaction in organic compound, the arrow tu must be very specific. Okay, kena sangat-sangat spesifik. Sebab kalau let's say you buat half-headed arrow ni dekat sini kan, contohnya lah, kalau let's say you buat half-headed arrow ni kat sini, dah salah. Sebab macam dia derma satu elektron ni kat mana? Macam tu, salah ya. So you have to be very careful and very specific about the arrow. Start kena dekat source of electron, which is at the bond, and mesti dekat atom yang akan dapat elektron tersebut. Okay, so in this case, each of the atoms here dapat satu saja elektron. So both of them adalah free radicals, dikenali sebagai free radicals reaction intermediate. Okay, just because dia ada unpaired elektron dekat atom tersebut selepas kita break the bond between them secara homolytically. Next, kalau let's say you nak buat homolytic cleavage between carbon-carbon single bond. Okay, first thing first, kalau let's say you have to draw it something like this. Kita tahu carbon ada 4 covalent bonds. Okay, so which bond yang kita nak pay attention bila kita nak break the bond? Dah dia pun kata nak suruh kamu buat homolytic cleavage between carbon-carbon single bond. That means we have to pay attention at this bond. Okay, so this bond kita akan break the bond secara homolytically. So we have to show the start of the arrow dekat bond ni, sebab dekat bond ni dekat bond ni lah yang ada elektron. Lepas tu nanti this carbon akan terima satu elektron. Sebab itulah you have to draw a half-headed arrow here. Okay, same goes to this carbon. Bila kita break the bond, okay, one of the electron dekat bond ni akan goes to this carbon atom. So terhasillah free radicals, dua free radicals carbon atom here, nampak tak? Okay, sebab lepas kita break the bond, each of them dapat satu saja elektron daripada bond ni. Okay, next, bila kita nak buat homolytic cleavage of CH4, it will be looking something like this, di mana kita akan break the bond between carbon dengan hydrogen. Okay, so sama je konsep dia kalau homolytic cleavage, sebab each of them will get one electron after buat bond breaking ni. So you have to show the start of the arrow dekat bond, sebab bond ni ada source of electron. The end of the arrow must go towards the atom yang akan dapat elektron tersebut. In this case, this hydrogen atom will receive one electron and this carbon atom will receive one electron. It has to be specific because this carbon atom yang dapat satu elektron bukan CH3. So I don't want you to write answer something like this, CH3 dot. Salah ya, because the one yang dapat satu unpaired elektron tersebut adalah carbon atom. Alright. Alright, so next type of bond fusion adalah heterolytic cleavage, that is also known as heterolysis. Previously we learned about homolysis, di mana bila kita buat bond breaking, the electron tu will be splitted equally between each atoms. Tapi kalau heterolytic cleavage, bila you buat bond breaking, okay, electron tu dia will not be splitted equally. Kiranya akan ada satu atom yang akan dapat 2 elektron, satu lagi atom yang tak dapat apa-apa elektron pun. Okay. For example, kalau let's say you ada atom R dan X di mana mereka ada single covalent bond. Okay. So contohnya lah R dengan X dia ada single covalent bond. Kalau single covalent bond ada 2 elektron kat situ kan. So that's why they represent that electron with this titik bertindih. So kalau let's say contohnya atom R dan X ni bila dia nak berpisah, dia nak berpisah, dia nak buat heterolytic cleavage. Okay, you have to use double-headed arrow. Okay, you need to use a double-headed arrow. Sebab kita nak show yang the electrons are not splitted equally. Kiranya one of the atoms dekat Rx ni akan dapat 2 elektron. For example, in this case, X yang akan receive 2 elektron, R akan lose 2 elektron. Okay? Double-headed arrow ni is to show that bila kita buat bond breaking, tak sama rata asymmetrically. And how about the products? The products ataupun the reaction intermediates that you will get, okay? The reaction intermediates that you will get hasil daripada buat bond cleavage secara heterolytically adalah anion dan juga cation. So itulah dia punya reaction intermediates dia ataupun produk dia. You will get anion and cation. Okay, di mana anion ni akan terhasil bila dia lose kedua-dua elektron dekat this bond. Okay, cation ni pula akan terhasil bila dia accept dua-dua elektron at this bond. Okay, and provided that bila you buat heterolytic cleavage ni, kebanyakannya one of the atom yang jadi anion tu adalah atom tu dia more electronegative. Okay, so that's how you do a heterolytic cleavage. That means the two shared electrons now bila dia buat bond breaking tu, dia akan split unequally between the two atoms yang akan menghasilkan positive ions dan juga negative ions. Okay. Okay, so for examples, let's look at the heterolytic cleavage of CH3Cl. So sekarang ni bila kita nak buat bond breaking between CH3Cl, the bond yang dimaksudkan ialah bond between carbon and Cl atom, because Cl atom is a more electronegative atom compared to carbon. Okay, therefore we should expect that Cl atom ni dia akan jadi anion, carbon ni akan jadi cation. So in order for us to fit that, okay, kita kena buat bond breaking unequally, di mana Cl atom ni dia akan dapat 2 atoms daripada bond single covalent bond ni. Okay, manakala carbon atom ni dia akan lose. So how can we do that? By showing this double-headed arrow. So kiranya bila you buat double-headed arrow daripada source of the electrons dekat bond ni kepada electronegative atom Cl, you have to show it macam ni lah, arrow dia ke Cl, bukan arrow ni ke carbon, arrow ke Cl atom, because Cl atom is more electronegative compared to carbon atom. Therefore, you akan dapat reaction intermediates cation dan juga anion. Kat sini cation kita ialah CH3+. Okay, di mana carbon ni yang akan dapat the plus sign. Bukan hydrogen tau, carbon ni akan dapat plus sign. Tapi bila let's say you nak condensekan this structure kan, you will get something like this lah, CH3 tapi plus sign tu dekat carbon atom. And then Cl atom now dah dapat 2 elektron hasil daripada bond cleavage, heterolytic cleavage between this carbon and Cl atom. So Cl atom ni akan dapat 2 elektron here and also negative charge. Okay, so that's why CH3+ ni akan jadi cation, Cl minus ni akan jadi anion, and we know that Cl is more electronegative compared to carbon atom. Next, how can we do the heterolytic cleavage of HBr? Okay, this is how you do heterolytic cleavage of HBr, di mana kita akan pisahkan bond between hydrogen and also Br atom, and we know that Br atom is a more electronegative atom, therefore the double-headed arrow should be going towards Br atom. Okay, so how you nak buat heterolytic cleavage of HBr? Jadi kita nak pisahkan bond between hydrogen dan Br atom ialah kita show it dengan lukis this arrow, this half-headed arrow daripada source of electrons dekat bond ni kepada Br atom. Okay, and then nanti you akan dapatlah reaction intermediates of heterolytic cleavage, di mana you akan dapat cation dengan anion. Cation ni adalah H+, and ion ni adalah Br-. Okay, and we know that Br is more electronegative compared to H atom. So let's look at this exercise. This will kamu state the type of bond cleavage for the labeled species Y. So this is a labeled species which is Cl2. Dia mempunyai electronegativity yang sama. Okay, so macam mana you nak pisahkan bond between dua Cl atom? Tadi kita dah tengok lah contoh bond cleavage yang dialami oleh Cl atom adalah homolytic cleavage. Okay, di mana kita akan buat bond breaking tu equally. So bila kita buat bond breaking equally, kita akan guna half-headed arrow daripada bond kepada Cl atom. Okay, tapi soalan ni dia suruh kamu nyatakan sahaja, so kita nyatakan sahajalah homolytic cleavage, tak perlulah lukis how the process goes. Alright.